Okay, we've done the general arrangement drawing, very basic, I must add, because there's a lot more complexity to it, but for now, that's what I'd be quite happy with, and you can develop your detail as you go. I'm going to talk about the component drawing, and I'm going to use the PZ2 for the example. There is another example of component drawing with the Lego brick on the YouTube site, so you can have a look at that as well and compare and contrast, which is a lot more detail. What I am going to do on this one, just to make things a little bit more exciting, you don't need to before we go, I'm going to put a hole through this just to show you the kind of use of the section tool. So I'm just going to do a hole. I could use a hole wizard, but I'm not going to. Let's just do that out there. Let's make that 4mm. Okay, and I'm going to go to features, extrude, cut. And I think let's go offset from surface. Let's see if I can do this. Where's my offset? Offset from surface. I'm going to pick, let's try this one here. That one there, and let's do 2mm. See if it does it. Does it do it? Contours, select that. This might not do it. No, it hasn't done it. So let's it should have done that surface, but it hasn't really. Let's try another one. Let's try a different face. Let's try that one. No, that's good. Let's reverse offset. It's gone into there. Just let's go 3mm. You might find that's done. That's fine for me at the moment. Let's just see we can see what happens. So I've got a hole going up in the inside. Yes, you can see that's slightly domed. If I just go to the cross section tool there, let's just change that round. That's that there. You can see there it's actually gone the other way, which is quite interesting. It shouldn't have done that. It shouldn't have. It should be capped that way, but we'll see. By the way, that's the cross section tool for it. I'll take that off of there. And let's just put a nice little chamfer on that edge. Okay, again, this is not really reality, not 10mm, let's go 1mm. No, let's go 0.2mm. That's perfect. Okay, you don't need to do this, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes on that. So I've done that. Okay, just do that there. And now I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Make Drawing from Part, same as we did with the general arrangement. I'm going to stick with A3, but this time I will scale things up rather than scale it down. So there we go, there's OK. And there we've got visions here. So this time I've got left, right on this one. Let's take the right, let's do that one there. And it has automatically scaled it up. What scale are we at here? 5:1. You'll see that down the centre there. On there. So if I bring that over to there, I don't actually like that, but we'll stick with it for now. Because it'd be better if the D-Watt was the other way around. I can rotate these around, but again, there's a complexity to that. Let's do that. And then this one down here. I don't actually need all these views. I only need probably, I'll show you. Let's not do that bottom view. No, I'll keep that bottom view for now. Actually, I'm going to change this. Let me delete these out. Let's delete these out. I'm going to change this. Let's take those out. Let's take that one out. Let's take that one out. I'm going to do this a slightly different way. This is where you've got to think about what you're up to. I mean, I could actually have taken a landscape. I'm going to pick up this bottom picture here. I'm going to bring that in. You'll see why in a second. So I've got that there. It kind of looks slightly better. I can see the text through there, which is a bit annoying. Do that one there. Do that one there. Bring one there. Actually, let's put it on that side there. And I'll put one over about there. So there's far too many here. But what I want to show you, just press escape to take that one. If I go to section tool, I have various ways I can do sections, and this is where this is going to come up for this. I'm just going to do section tool there. Oh, missed. Let's try again. Section tool. I really want to get on a center line. I haven't got a center line here. Come on. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull that to the side. So this is the level of detail you kind of have to go to with this. And I'm just going to move these about a little bit because I want to bring this down just so I've got a little bit more room to take that section. And I can move that over there. Okay, oh, come on, section tool. There, I'll move this one over a fraction. It's about just space out what you can when you're doing it. That is annoying that I can see those through there. I don't know if I can hide. If I hide on that and go hide, it might take all the other. Yes, it's take. No, it hasn't. It's fine. So I just go onto there. Just go to hide. I did have hide a minute ago, didn't I? That's it. That's better. Go to hide. Okay, so it's not showing up on what we're doing. Right. So that's kind of layout that I want. I just want some other views to go in here as well. So if I go to projected view, and you'll see, so if I just go onto that there, click it, I come out and I'm going to go probably one there, and I'll go, I want one down there. These aren't in the right orientation for me, but never mind. You get the idea. I'll just do one for now. I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to change that scale. So I need to go to use custom scale. Let's go into here and let's go down to, let's try 2:1. That's better size. So I can actually put that up in the side just so somebody actually can see what it is. I can also actually colour that as well. I just need to go into that there and shade it accordingly. I like to put the lines on for that. So as you can see, I've got an actual representation of it there. Now, with dimensions, this is different from the general arrangement. Yes, I still need to have overall dimensions, but I also need more detailed mentions. So it's the likes of these parts here for it. I'm going to put center line in on the other ones. So go to annotations, go to center line, and I shall just click on that line there, and you can see I've got a center line that's just dropped. So I'll just bring that down on that there. I can repeat that all over if I wanted to. I've already got my center marks in on that, which is great. So let's start putting some dimensions in. So go back to annotation, smart dimensions, and to start with, what should we do? Let's do the height. So let's do the overall height. I'll just try and pick up on the line rather than a point, so at least I know I've got something concrete. So there's that there, and I don't know if I'll be able to get this. Has it gone over? No, it's gone for the radius side of that. So that's a little bit disappointing because I wanted to get an overall height on it. So I'm going to do what I did with the last one. Go to my sketch tools, go to line, and just put a very small line somewhere. Yeah, it's gone that way. Just so I can't see it really on the drawing. And that, I will then go back to smart dimension, click on that line, and go back down to this one and click there. Okay, it's telling me driven. Okay, I don't worry about that too much at the moment as long as I actually get a line for it. So that's that there. I'm going to use my datum point again. I'm going to go from got there. I need to go back to dimensions. Okay, and I draw a line from that point there, and I'm going to go to that base. It's not going to highlight it for me, is it? I don't know why, so I'll just try the other way around. Let's try that. It's going to pick it up for me. Yeah, it is there. You just got to be a little bit patient. Let's try it back down again. There we go. So we know that's 13 mil. I'm going to bring that inside there. Let's just do that there for a minute. And then I'm going to do one more. I'm going to go, actually this time I am going to pick a point. Or that line there. Pick on that one. And I'm going to pick on that point there. Okay, and I'm just going to bring that down to halfway. See, it's snapped into place there. I'm actually going to pick up on this one as well. I'm going to pull that down to there, and I'm going to pull this one down also to there. This is just my preference. Yeah, there's no aspect there to line these all up. It just makes the drawing a lot clearer for it. Okay. I'm kind of looking around for other aspects, so I'm going to use this bottom one now. I'm still in the dimensioning tool. I'm going to click on, be careful here when you've got there, click on the outside of that there, and the outside of that one there. So I've got that there, 6.32, that's fine for me. And I'm going to put that outer line and that outer line there. Again, it just lets the person see that that is symmetrical. And not symmetrical, it is all the way, sizes all the way around. I could do that, but if you've got that cross for it, you know it's hexagonal, and they can work it out from that, on that there. And I'm just going to put a dimension on that one there. Let's go smart dimension. That there, so that's 6 mil. Actually, because what they know is that there's a 6.32 circle. I'm just going to dimension that inner one there, so that was 4 mil if you remember that. I'm going to put that kind of close to that so you can see there's dimensions there. So that's probably all I need to do, that one there. Where else can I put dimensions? I can put here, so I can go from there to that point there. No, that's not right. Let's try again. Let's do, I might have to put another line in because it's going to the centre of where that is. So you'll notice that's the circle, and that's what it's done. It's come around from that circle. So I could measure that, but I just want to get a basic depth. So I'm actually going to just click on that line there and do that. But that's taken that line down to there. So I need to go from there to there. And that'll give me 14.9, which is a 15 mil depth. Okay, I could do that there, but it's already there. There's curves on there I could put in. I'll just see if I can actually put a, yes I can. So that's another 1.5 on that there, which you know goes round. I'm going to put a one on there as well. Now what I need to do on this one, if I go to annotations, I need to put a centre mark in so you know that's been measured from for it. Now with this, what I can also do is do a breakout, a more detailed view. So I need to go into, I've lost you've got balloons, etc. Target geometric blocks. No, it might be in drawings. It is in drawings. Right, detail view. Click on detail view, and if there's a particular detail you want to actually bring up, so let me just go on to let's do this view here. Just click on that. I put a circle out, so let's just do that. Okay, it says detail B. It then gives me a circle that I can then drop up here. Okay, and it used to be I had to scale, but that's gone at 10 to 1. I can increase that scale if I want, but it kind of allows me, which I Probably should have put the centre line in there as well, actually. I'm going to do that again, so just Control Z. Okay, I've lost something else there, but anyway. So I'm going to just do that again. So I'm going to go to the detail view, and I'm going to pick on that point there, but I'm going to come out to about there. And you notice it's changed to C because I've deleted B. I can change that back if I want to. All that gives me is I can actually now put a centre line in on that. So back to annotations, go to centre line. I can go from there to there, and I've now got a data point where I can actually do some measurements. So it might be smart dimension. I can do that to there. So no, that's 0.94. I already know that this curve is out there. 3.58 because we knew what that was. So I've got little details there. It doesn't really mean anything, like, 'cause it's not a great drawing to do that. I could do smart dimensions on this curve here. So I could do that out there, but I'm going to stick with this one. And you can see that there's a mark over that way. So I didn't really want that to happen. Will it do it this way? No, it's the same. Okay. Let's go to, let's try that one. That's off the drawing. Let's do that one there. So all I want to do is just do that there. Okay, and what I can do, just for sake of it, I can put a centre mark in there, but I can reduce that down. But that, to me, is actually too much for the drawing. So just Control Z. We just know that that is a radius. What I am going to do on here is just put a level in to know. So if I know that's there, because we know that distance from the other drawing, I can do to where that cuts down the bottom. So I've got that there. And I know that the curve has got to go from to there, so I can put that in as well. It's not really that useful and it's probably overdoing it, but I can go to that centre mark on there so they know roughly where that's got to arc out. And I would also probably, rather than doing that up the top one, I would do that to there, 0.94, and I need to put that centre line back in, which I had there, annotations, centre mark, centre line between there and there. Okay, and I'm just going to pull that up. It's about there. So I kind of got a datum on there. I should really actually delete that. And for now, and I'll go back to smart dimensions, and I'll go from there to that line there. Okay, 0.47. We've got the curve. We haven't got the curve on the top bit, have we? So I really need to get that curve in, which would be that one. That's better, 0.3. Oh, we did have it on the other, on there. So I've got mostly dimensions. Oh, I need to get to that point there, don't I? So I can again go from there to there. So if I put that about there, and then bring this one in about there, so I can just line these all up again, and then 3, just to make it a little bit more consistent. It's a lot clearer to do it. So there's a lot of data there to be achieved. And what you could do is actually do the dewalt on a separate drawing for it. Now, again, I would put notes in as we did with the GAs. So if I put in notes here, notes on there, underline it, obviously, or what I can do is put particular aspects in with a balloon drawing. When you've got an exploded drawing, which I'll go through again after Christmas, is where you've got all the component parts. So you'd have, say, 1 to 7 for the universal joint. But notes, again, put them here. with numbers on that. Now normally what I do, I've got a collection of notes and I just cut and paste some other drawings from it in that way. Okay, and then you actually fill out the grid the same way as you did with the GA drawing. So component drawing, you need to have all of the dimensions in place, and try not to replicate the dimensions on that one. So you kind of get to see what's what. One thing I haven't got on here is angle. So if I do that one and that one, comes out at that angle. That doesn't look quite right, but I can change that to 202. If let's just have, I can't do it, let's just click that away. Is that going to come up? No. So if I, where dimension text, you've got dimension text, and I put in 20. Yeah, some overriding text, so I need to delete that out. Just that put in. So I'm going to lose the degree button here. It's 200 or 202, and then the little symbol here, degrees, on that one. Okay, so I would probably do that a slightly different way, but on that. So you've got breakout, you've got dimensions, height, you've got dimensions there, you've got dimensions here and there. So I actually did need all three drawings to that extent. So I won't go through that again because we did it in the last drawing, but have a go.